I want to talk to you about a Titanic business loan from Forward Financing. We're talking about a maximum amount of $300,000. No credit check, no personal guarantee. I want you to stick around because you know what? You're going to love this. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you were to ask me, if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about a very generous business loan from Forward Financing, up to $300,000. No credit check, no personal guarantee. And one thing I want to say here is that this video is purely instructional and educational. We have no association or relationship with Forward Financing, and they have not compensated us to do this video. We are purely doing it for instructional purposes. All right. Now let's talk about the loan amount. So we're talking $300,000. Fantastic. So you have two types of amounts when we speak about $300,000 and Forward Financing. You have working capital. That's the first type of funding, and then you have revenue-based financing. So Forward Financing is a leading provider of working capital to small businesses nationwide, okay? And they've been doing this for the last 10 years, nearly 10 years. And they have helped more than 30,000 small businesses. That's wonderful. They also have revenue-based financing. So revenue-based financing is a financing arrangement that will provide you upfront capital, right, in exchange for a certain percentage of your future monthly revenues, of course, up to a set total amount. So the amount is up to $300,000. That's very generous. That's Titanic. Okay. The APR will oscillate between 7 and 20%. And in terms of fees, you have interest, of course, and you have other fees that may apply depending on your business and depending on the state where you conduct your operations from. The term is rolling. So there is no, because when we talk about working capital, or a revenue-based financing arrangement, there is no term like 7 years or 10 years. No, it's revolving, it's rolling. And the time to funding, 24 hours to 7 days, very fast. And there are no extra conditions. Wonderful. We love the fact that Forward Financing is very flexible, folks. Can you believe that they actually cover over 700 industries? That's just great. That's just wonderful, right? They cover every industry from physicians and restaurants to repair shops and retailers. So chances are, if you play your cards right, guess what? You will get your financing that you need. Maybe not 300K. You probably will get 200K or 275 or 150. Who cares anyway, right? You want to get some cash to fuel your business. So I want you to listen on. So you got to listen on because this lender, and this is what I'm going to talk to you. I want to give you a glimpse into Forward Financing. But before I do that, please remember that today's focus is what? We want to focus on a massive business loan up to $300,000 from Forward Financing. Easy approval, no personal guarantee. You just have to solidify your application form, the application package to get the loan. Let's talk a little bit about Forward Financing. So this is a company that's been around, as I said, for nearly 10 years. They have been financing hundreds of millions of transactions, and they have a very high approval rating. And after evaluating this lender on tens of criteria, including loan variety, loan amount, generosity, cost, reputation, and customer service, we assigned the company a score of 9.5 over 10. This is pretty much very high. This is like A or A minus if you want. And on top of that, on Trustpilot, they have garnered a lot of accolades, and they have 4.9 stars out of 5 out of 879 reviews. Fantastic. And when you think about Forward Financing, I want you to think about a few things. They are known for speed, service, and transparency. Okay, so they're very fast. They are transparent in terms of the cost, and they have excellent customer service. Okay, and they have solutions for a variety of situations. As I told you, they cover 700 industries. Can you just ponder? Can you ponder 700 industries? That's just as my British friends say, it's mental. So the thing here is that you're able to, no matter what industries you're in, you're going to get funding from forward financing. And in terms of their payments, they have daily or weekly payments. Okay, they have transparency every step of the way. So from the moment you start talking to them, they will deliver clear upfront communication. They will tell you about your account details, the fees, and most important than anything else, they will assign to you one of their account executives. So they have someone who will help you, not only understands the terms and conditions of the loan, but also help you along the way in terms of your business, so that you can repay them back. For them, it's a win-win solution to assign someone to you. Let me now talk to you about eligibility, because it's important. This is a massive amount, $300,000. If you're a startup or a small business out there that's struggling to make ends meet, operationally speaking, you want to contact the forward financing. So we're talking about a massive business loan from forward financing. Loan amounts maximum $300,000. Okay, this is for working capital and revolving revenue-based financing. So let's talk about eligibility criteria. So when you think about eligibility criteria, there are 5 things you need to think about. First thing, you want to think about what I call the basic accoutrements, the basic paraphernalia you need to apply for a business loan. So everything from your driver's license to commercial leases, business licenses, personal and business tax returns, to business insurance plans, payroll records, incorporation documents, and some glimpse into what kind of financial obligations you have. Because for me, those are the basic paraphernalia of a loan application, of a business loan application, because it just talks about the business itself, nothing else, operationally speaking and legally speaking. Now we have to talk about the business credit score and your personal credit score, right? What is your business credit score? Do you even know that you have a business credit score? Have you talked to Dun & Bradstreet? Have you talked to Experian Small Business Credit Score? Have you talked to Equifax? Have you talked to other players out there, NMCA? Have you talked to them? Because Dun & Bradstreet, their paydex score oscillates between 0 and 100. So you got to have that information. It is important. Because remember, the forward financing is judging you based on your business credit. They don't care too much about your credit, your personal credit score. And also, you have to think about the annual revenue. What are the financials of your business? Is your business showing a lethargic income statement? Is your business showing a lethargic balance sheet in terms of accounts receivable, in terms of other types of revenue? Those are things you need to pay attention to. And also business plan. It's very important also. So if you want to be eligible for this loan, you better have a strong business plan, a compelling business presentation that outlines everything from your vision and mission to projected financial sales, financial data for the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, or even beyond that. And I want to talk to you also about loan proceeds, the use of loan proceeds. Yes, it's important because it's not every day that you get a massive business loan up to $300,000 from forward financing. So if your goal is to actually hit the jackpot, quote unquote jackpot, because you're going to have to pay that money back anyways, but it's still a good chunk of cash, right? Because that could help you really do a lot of things. So if you want to hit the jackpot, metaphorically speaking, you have to actually explain to forward financing on the application form, but also when you speak to an account representative, you have to explain to them the use of loan proceeds. What is the cash being used for? Why do you need the cash? And there are a lot of things that you can do. I mean, based on our analysis of forward financing and we have spoken to many past applicants and current applicants who have successfully applied with the company. They will approve you if you can show that you need the money to purchase equipment and inventory. Equipment or inventory. You want to hire additional employees, so you want to expand your workforce. You want to open new locations, so you want to expand your business operationally speaking. Or you want to boost marketing. They really understand that. Now, this list, of course, is non-exhaustive. There are other ways. There are other reasons why you might need up to $300,000 from forward financing. And this is why you want to work with your dedicated account executive. Okay, so as soon as you are funded, or even before you are funded, you will be assigned a dedicated account executive who is available to help you manage your funding or your pre-approval process and notify you when you're eligible for additional financing. What's really important you have to understand is that forward financing wants to establish a relationship with you. So it's not just about you borrowing one time and paying them back and saying au revoir, goodbye. No, the goal here is to establish a lifelong, if I can speak in existential terms about a business situation, to establish an existential relationship between you as a borrower, and so they can help you grow your company. And as you grow, the more you grow, the more funding you might need from them. So they want you. The account executive is the fulcrum of your relationship with forward financing, and he or she can help you achieve a lot, not only before getting a loan, during the application process, but also after. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the You're Some Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation today about how to apply for and how to get the enormous business loan from forward financing. And here we're talking about working capital loan and lines in the revenue-based financing, right? So up to $300,000. So this is very important. Now, I want to talk about the evidence that you need to provide if you want to get a loan. This is kind of important, folks. Did you hear that? It is important, because don't disappoint me. Don't send an incomplete application package where you just get rejected for your funding request. No, you want to pay attention to everything from your financial statements. First of all, let's just start with first thing first. You want to look at the loan application form. You want to make sure that you're filling all the information that is necessary, from anything about your business. Why do you need the funds? If you need the money to purchase some kind of assets, in which case forward financing might want to know which asset it is. Is it a short-term asset? Is it a long-term asset? If you have other obligations, so when you look at your balance sheets, on the short-term and long-term category of things, you have what are your obligations? They want to know more about members of your management team. So you got to attach some resumes and short bios, if available, to the application package. I want you to draft a captivating business plan that epitomizes your vision, your mission, where you are right now in terms of your business, where you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months from now. You also want to pay attention to your income tax returns. When we speak about income tax returns, depending on the structure of your business, you might want to attach your personal income tax returns, but also your 1120 and 1120 or 1065, your business tax returns. This could be very helpful also. This could actually increase your chances of being approved. And in terms of financial statements, they want to see things like your balance sheet, your income statement, your cash flow, your bank statements in some cases. And also in some cases, they might want to see your accounts receivable aging reports and your accounts payable aging reports. I want to talk to you now about how to really apply for this loan. Again, this is important to make the right preparation, because folks, again, I'm talking to you about a giant business loan from forward financing up to $300,000. And we've got to be strategic about this loan. This is just important. This is really important. So you can apply several ways. You can actually apply over the phone. You can apply. You can fax over the application process. You can do it on the website. You can do it. You can actually mail it in. And if they allow you, you can actually visit their nearest office to have a conversation with an account executive. Okay. Now, to qualify, you need to have 1 year in business, $10,000 monthly revenue, a minimum credit score at the personal level of 500, and you got to be based in the United States. Okay. So when you apply, make sure that you provide basic financial information. You got to also prove your business ownership. The cool thing here is that we have seen same day approvals with forward financing. So you can get the cash the same day, and you can get approved the same day. Actually, you can get the cash within 24 hours. And the great thing here is that forward financing has something fantastic. They basically have renewals. So as long as you are current with payments and 60% of original balance is paid, they are willing to renew your working capital and revenue-based financing. This is fantastic. All right. And one thing we love is the fact that I'm showing you on the screen right now, the application step. So you can see the first screenshot here. They're asking about basic information, the kind of information you would want to know anyway if you were to give so they want to know your information and the business information also. So the name, first name, last name, phone number, and all that kind of nice stuff. And the second screenshots, they want to have more information about you. So your federal tax ID number, this is your EIN, your ownership percentage in the business, and how much you request, how much money you need, and what you will be using the money for. Here we just put inventory, for illustration purposes. And the third snapshot is they are just asking for, they just want to know more about your company. So they want you to upload important information, bank statements, and other kinds of information. Okay, so once you do that, once you send everything to them, you should be receiving an answer from them within 24 hours. Either they will approve you right away or they will request additional information. That's all. Speaking of additional information, folks, let me give you a few pro tips so that you can actually get approved for this humongous business loan from Forward Financing. We're talking about $300,000 maximum amount, folks. $300,000. That's a great amount. So this is important. Now you have to understand that there are some minimum eligibility requirements to qualify for funding. I've already spoken to you about all the 1 year minimum time in business, 500 credit score minimum. Make sure that you really take those things seriously, because they do pay attention to that. They want to make sure that you are based in the United States. Okay, make sure that you have your business name and tax ID or EIN. They also want to make sure they have the owner's name and the social security number. Of course, they're not paying attention to your social security number, but they just want to have it just in case, right? Because nobody's going to give you $300,000 and not have some kind of risk mitigation plan, right? And once you have that, make sure that you keep all your documents in order. Everything from your contracts to your financial statements to your bank statements. You also want to continue maintaining good credit. This is very important. Good credit personally, but also business-wise. You want to make sure, and this is one thing that Forward Financing, the team pays attention to a lot. They have a maniac, quote-unquote maniac way of tracking the cash. Follow the cash. In other words, you got to demonstrate sufficient cash flow. The cash flow that is able to help you repay the loan. Okay, because remember, this is not a term loan. This is a revolving line of credit. It works like a revolving line of credit, right? This is a working capital loan or revenue-based financing arrangement. So they want to make sure that you have enough cash flow to make your monthly, your weekly, your bi-weekly or bi-monthly payments. So this is important for them. And you also want to understand that if you don't qualify for the $300,000, you can lower the amount. They might qualify you for $100,000 or $200,000, or you might ask them for other types of loan. And I'm sure they might have other types of loans for you, depending upon your credit history, depending upon the solidity of your credit application, of your loan application. So speak to your account executive to have more information about that. All right, folks. This is it for today's conversation. I really enjoyed talking to you about it. So I was talking to you about a massive business loan from Forward Financing. And I spoke to you about the loan itself, the lender also, eligibility criteria, the use of loan proceeds, evidence needed, how to apply, and the pro tips that will help you get the loan approved ASAP. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I will speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.